Hi, it's Sheris. It's 40 days to 50, day 3 journal entry. And I have decided to go ahead and post them on social, which some people have seen them by now. Today, I was thinking about how that is actually a part of the experience that I am after in terms of like being transparent and also sort of having a little like opportunity to like refresh my network and do kind of tickle outreach on Facebook, if you will, or just in my social network in general, because I've been a little bit of reclusive here lately. That's true. So anyway, today I was thinking about my status, like my identity, who I am, and how other people think of me, and how it's very related. Who I am is often sort of couched in the relationship to others. AKA, like if I just say I'm Sheris, like doesn't have a lot of water in the well. But if I say I'm Bonnie's daughter, it's like, oh, it's Bonnie Jr. She's a civil servant. She's this. She's served the LA community. There's things that you would think you knew about me through that relationship. Or, I'm Coach Jackson's daughter. Dad did snow cones, the snow cone man's daughter. Like then you think you know me because I have this relationship to other people. So I've been kind of thinking about who I am. If you didn't have that context, if you didn't know I went to this school or, whatever, ways that I'm associated to other people, who am I, is a part of this like journaling experience, right? And in some ways, I'd like to think about it in some pure way. And in the same regard, I understand that it doesn't work like that. I can't actually extricate myself from who I am in relationship to other people, in that I've taken on these lessons. I think about with Dad being a snow cone. He was in education. He did advanced math, and also coached, and he was, in administration in the high school. But in the summer times, when educators have some time on their hand, Dad did snow cones. And I think it's so funny that that's like the most interaction I had with him, because he coached basketball, but I don't play basketball. And he did these other things outside of, my relationship with him. But my relationship with him as the snow cone man was really, really powerful for me. It was really important to me because I could help. I could go. I could be there. I was a part of that. So I learned a lot from Dad. Definitely by 9, I had my own setup at the house. So whether or not people would come to the house, if he was there, I could go out to the truck and do a service. But he had me hooked up to where when he wasn't there, I still had my own ice, my own juice, my own cups, everything kind of set up for me to serve from the house. I was curb serving some snow cones. I was slinging snow cones on Looney Street in Shreveport, Louisiana. Anyway, I only say that because I'm thinking about who I am. And then now to say, like, I have business-minded sort of parts of my person that are nurtured by my dad. And so I wouldn't maybe have those if I didn't have the same dad. So who I am in relationship to him is not just the context of like, I'm his daughter and I'm a daughter, but like I'm a particular person's daughter that now gives me a particular set of skills, right? Even coming from large families on both sides, like that gives me a particular skill set on how to like make sure I get a biscuit if there's only, so many or whatever that is, that you learn to communicate because you gotta ask for what you need and that kind of thing. So been thinking about that, just who I am, thinking about like sort of my identity and my status, and sort of wrestling a little bit with it being related to other people, particularly when it comes to like, am I married, right? So like I put this on social and I've gotten a couple of DMs like, oh, are you still married? Which is super funny, but whatever. No, I'm not married. I have been married. And so now like I am a person who has been married. I'm a person who, when I am or am not married, my I am is in relationship to other people, which is a little weird when I'm sitting here saying like, no, this is my journal. This is who I am. So I've been really trying to like both find, know that there's value in the experience of all the experiences and all that context of other people, but then also knowing that like I stand today as a person who can contribute, who can be and exist without that context of other people. So when I think about myself, I think I really more scratch into the space of like being a creator. You may know that I sketched and designed every character in the Afrotages Village and wrote the Afrotages poem that is the book Afrotages Crowns. My sister came up with the name, and so we worked together. That was 2016-ish. I'm thinking that we started that project because we had the angels. We had I think we had 8 angels born in 2016. And anyway, those angels are 8 this year. and then there'll be 9 in 2025. So that's kind of interesting. Thinking about how they inspired me, I guess. And so this notion of the Afrotageous brand was really born with intention to have an asset that would be in the portfolio as a brand asset that they could actually inherit, and it would continue to take shape based on their contributions to it. And they're getting old enough to have opinions about our products and things like that. So that's kind of neat. So I create, and being a creator, I think is really important part of my identity. I've had some time on my hands here lately to like try to think through how do I want, what is the best way that I want to do that. And I think kind of coming out of some of the emotional ebb and flow of the, presidential election a couple of weeks ago, it's really important, I think, for us to all know that we have the privilege and the right today to express, and that comes out as art, that comes out as creativity. And I don't think that's the limit of our power, but for me right now, that's like, it's an important part of my right now power. And so I've been thinking about songwriting, which is sort of interesting because sometimes when I'm writing, it can be heard as like this really, maybe it's a romantic, whatever, it's a love song in whatever way. And I feel like it needs to be more important than just like another love song, like on the radio, But at the same time, my truth is I'm writing love songs. And I think that there's some joys in my life that inspire, some beauty that comes out about the relationship dynamics between people, which could be, romantic love, but then also like sisterly love. I love my sister so much. Y'all know that. And my brother too, like just thinking about some things that I'm inspired by that I didn't want to write about to just capture my own experience. So then I am a person who creates, and I am a person who wants to express the things that I'm passionate about. I think about that as like my identity. I think I'm playing with this in terms of like the journal and walking into, a birthday and a celebration, but also like, how much of who I have been do I want to keep being? And to be honest, it's like some of it's a burden. And some of it's not, whether it's a burden or not, it's time for me to retool as well. There's some things that I'm really great at, and there's some things that I got to learn and get better at and evolve so that I can adapt and stay great at all the things that I want to keep my hands in. I'm thinking about that. So I don't even know if you can see this, but I'm sitting at the keyboard, which is all cap because this is, I'm not a natural. I just needed to plug in the ring light. But in terms of like, this expression of creative energy that I'm in right now too, or even just as, trying to say who I am, and my identity as a person is that of a songwriter. Like even saying that just gave me a little tongue tied, like, am I a songwriter? I think I am because I said I am. More so I am because I do. I write songs. I am a songwriter. It's done. It's in the atmosphere now. So in order to be better at that, I've been practicing my piano lesson, book 1. I pulled that out, pulled out a couple of other things. Oh, this guitar, that was like a nightmare. Reminding me of a little bit about who I am and who I need to be and what I need to be thoughtful about is I've been naturally talented at some things. I have some just sort of natural, like I've been gifted with some natural talent. So that has helped me in a lot of ways where things that came easy to me brought me some success and brought me some achievement without a lot of muscle, to be honest. So I never really had to practice my muscle of discipline in order to be successful. It's just not a part of my experience. So now I'm recognizing where I have the discipline, or because I have like those 10,000 hours, that mastery of certain things, and other spaces where it's like, that looks hard. It's going to be hard because it didn't come to me naturally. The piano is a great example because I thought it would just be like, didn't work like that. Guitar, same thing. So I'm having to actually like do the work, take the lessons, practice, take the lessons, practice. Sister talks about this in terms of like, she always says we're going to have to take the stairs. Like sometimes you want to take the pill, you want it to be easy, you want to just, hit the Ozempic, whatever that is, as opposed to like getting in the floor with the free weights and, doing the work. And I'm really aware in terms of like who I am. I am a person who aspires to excellence, and just sort of is most comfortable in the alignment of excellence. So that's going to require me to retool and get some discipline on some things. So I think that's important about who I am, and knowing that I am a person who can learn. I am someone who wants to continue learning as well as continue contributing. And so I think both of those are two important parts of who I am. And I'm just connecting this all to say I am what I do, and what I do can be done better with discipline. And yeah, I think that's what I got for today. I think that's day 3's sort of contribution to this journal on my 40 days to 50. Yeah, that's what I got.